Alright, this is my Losi nightcrawler. It's got a couple mods on it, but there's one that I really want to stress I think you guys might want to know about. You can either criticize me and say it's crap or whatever, but you know, works for what I'm doing. You know, I still have all the stock links on there because I'm still kind of playing around with stuff. So yeah, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to invert the shock so, you know, you get the center of gravity a little lower. And then, yeah, so I have 5 ounces in each front tire, and then I have 3 ounces in the rears. I'm still running the stock silver springs, and this is the mod that I wanted to stress right here is the rear. So when I was driving, I was having issues with binding because this stupid rear end, what it would do is it would do exactly what the front end does when you go in reverse. See this here? See, so when you go in reverse and you go up something, right? It'll actually take it and it'll load itself to the point where it cannot even move, right? I mean, this is all stock. Fact, where's that stupid thing at? Right there. So there's the pinion angle right there. See, I mean, that's loaded in reverse if you try to go up a wall, or say your couch in your living room, and the carpet is there also, and you don't have any, you know, you're getting maximum traction. You know, when you're going in forward, it would do the same exact thing because it's the same design as the front. It's just the opposite way. So what it would do is it would push itself actually down so far. It would pivot this way, and it would bind itself out that way, you know, before the front would even start to bind. The front wouldn't bind because you're going forward. You know, it's designed not to that way. Well, they overlooked it. So what I did here was I took these upper links here, right, and I just took the heat gun to it, and I twisted it, okay? Alright, sorry it's all dirty out there, yeah, I know. But anyway, so I twisted it, alright, and then what I did was I moved it, my shock mount, if you see here, it's not on the shock mounts anymore, it's actually on the body where the battery tray is. Yeah, I haven't done a battery tray mod yet, whatever. But, okay, see, and then I flipped and I had to put a spacer in there. So, well, you know, the stock one's obviously still there, so, I mean, it's there. And then I had before, and, you know, you could still do this, and I was actually going to, I just haven't done it yet since the video is, I take this here, see, because if you see, it's got a little bit of invert version. And, the reason I did this was also, another reason why was because I was not stable enough to run a heavy plastic body for a scale, because I have a you know, I have a monster beetle here, and this isn't Lexan, this is heavy plastic, so it would always lean just driving straight, you know, from the torque or that way, and it would never rebound because of the weight. And this, when I move the springs out to the outside here, it gives it a more stable platform, plus I'm not losing too much flex at all, honestly. And what it does is now when you're going uphill, it actually loads this rear end. So I mean, it's like digging, like biting hella hard instead of fighting itself with a stupid drive line. So another thing for you guys to check out and see, I got these things here from all the stupid lights, is I made a extension piece, so you know, I was keeping that upper part of that axle pulled together, didn't want to have any issues. And then with shimming on the worm drive, I found you know, this worm drive is very finicky with tolerances. I don't think it has anything to do with freaking the grease. You guys are just overlooking the obvious here, is they have way too much tolerance on this pinion gear here. You're gonna have the tolerance in between the cut of the gear anyways, and the height that they've already sat there and established from the manufacturer. But what they got is way too much play going on with this pinion here, and the excess play is actually wearing the bearings out in the rear. So I mean, I just, you know, These are under a month old, and they wobble so bad that there's no way that thing could not bind on itself. So what I did was I went and got some more shims, and you know, what are those, 5mm or whatever they're, I don't know, 4 or 5mm, I can't remember. And you know, I put that sucker together until you know, and then just kept squeezing the case together until the tolerance was just right where I wanted it to be, you know. So I mean, it's about 1 shim tight from being too tight, but it spins so freely and smoothly, and it doesn't bind. And now that this back axle thing's been dealt with, you know, I mean, I virtually have no binding in the going forward with this thing. The flex on it, you know, is you know, just your standard flex. You know, it's got your 90 degrees or whatever, almost 90. So I mean, it's pretty good. It's not. It was 90 before, but I mean, it's not quite now. I mean, but that's still good enough because, see, I mean, it hits the bars anyways. It's not like I can do anything about it unless I get like a high clearance one, and then I'm gonna hit the drive line on the other side anyways. So yeah, that's what you got. You know, you can try it for yourself. If you like it, that's cool. If you don't, well then just don't do it. I really don't care, but I mean, it seriously helped out my rig 100%. Yeah, I'd actually buy this thing again if this is how the setup was on the suspension. I wouldn't have any issues with it. So, yeah, bye.